Developing now, a repeat offender is accused of attacking several people, including a toddler. Investigators say this man pushed two people into Lake Washington, kicked a jogger, and punched a man who tried to help. KOMO's Tammy Matras is live in Lake City, where the man was arrested. She has a reaction from witnesses as well as the child's mom. Tammy?
Yeah, Mary, I talked to that toddler's mom, and she told me she was absolutely horrified and still shaken up even thinking about it. Now, prosecutors consider Chaz Butler a danger to this community. We found out he's randomly attacked people several times before.
Threw a punch at him and, hit him, and then followed up with some more punches, and the gentleman defended himself.
He didn't know at the time, but Doug Gaither was witnessing the tail end of Chaz Butler's violent crime spree in Lake City. Police say Butler kicked a woman who was jogging to the ground, and when a man tried to help her, Butler punched him.
To hear that he was involved in something bigger, it doesn't surprise me. I've lived here all my adult life, and it's not what it used to be.
Seattle police say Butler started his rampage 90 minutes earlier on Marsh Island. Detectives say he tried to grab a woman's cell phone while she was taking photos with her friends. During that struggle, Butler pushed her friend into the frigid lake and ran off.
It's random and it's horrible, and the frightening part is you don't know as a walker what to do to protect yourself.
Then on the same trail,
shocking that it would occur right here.
A mom told police Butler grabbed her 18-month-old daughter, lifted her up, and threw the child. He then shoved the mom into the lake and bolted.
In the abstract, it's not shocking that it would happen in Seattle.
We dug into Butler's record. He's been convicted of 5 assaults, 3 of them felonies. Most recently, he was convicted of randomly attacking a family that was picnicking at Green Lake Park in 2020. Butler served 12 months. He was released just a month ago. Officers finally arrested him again in Lake City after he tripped the jogger.
It can't just become the norm.
At the end of the day, it may be best for society for him to not be on the street.
Wow, that's the footprint, huh?
Those are the footprints that they kicked the door in.
Developing now, a double whammy for some homeowners in Bellevue. First, a landslide destroys one house. Now thieves are targeting the now empty homes nearby. One homeowner was still in her house when she says a man kicked down the door.
Yeah, police say several houses along 139th Place Southeast remain unoccupied after homeowners were evacuated, and they say that's why criminals could be targeting that area. KOMO's Jonathan Cho is live in Bellevue with the latest tonight. Jonathan?
Yeah, Eric, in response, Bellevue PD's adding more patrols to this area to check in on these empty houses right next to this landslide. Now, even though the couple had this scary encounter, they're saying this is exactly why they aren't going anywhere.
Those are the footprints.
Early this morning, George Olson says a burglar kicked down his basement door.
And then she heard bang, bang, bang.
Olson says his wife, Judy, was home alone, so she grabbed her gun to check out all the commotion and encountered this.
She saw 2 legs only right there. And she said, "What? You get the hell out of here right now."
The crook took off immediately, and then she called police.
And I'm also incredibly relieved that she wasn't hurt.
The Olsons live in one of the red-tagged houses on 139th Place Southeast. Most remain empty and considered unsafe to enter because it's just a few doors down from the one that slid off its foundation earlier in the week.
They probably heard on the news or through other sources that these homes were unoccupied.
Bellevue PD says the criminals always seem to be on top of this information.
And they look for vulnerable situations.
But to the surprise of this burglar, Judy never left.
What is totally amazing is that criminal ran into the first house that he selected out of the 7, and it was the wrong house.
For now, more police officers will be on patrol 24/7 in this part of the Somerset neighborhood. And Olson says they're ready for anyone else who tries to break in.
Don't come to 5003.
That's right, and if you take a look behind me, you can see people are leaving flowers, and earlier were saying prayers for the 2 pedestrians police say were killed while crossing this intersection behind me early this morning. it hits home. You know, Arlington's really close-knit. A tight-knit community paying its respects to the 2 people hit and killed by a suspected drunk driver off State Route 9 and 204th Street early this morning. Caution tape blocked the area where a white sedan was crunched up.
Our initial investigation right now appears that the 2 pedestrians were crossing the roadway when they were struck by the involved vehicle.
There were car parts and even clothing scattered across the roadway, including a shoe and an FBI hat. It's the same hat worn by a woman in this surveillance video from the nearby 7-Eleven. Staff tell us a man and woman seen shopping inside the store here around 2:10 this morning are the victims who were killed just minutes later in the crosswalk.
They're talking my employee and they go outside, they talk each other. After that, they leave my store. After that, what's happening, I don't know. Some car hit him and they're dead.
We see them buying some items, standing outside the store for a couple of minutes talking. Then they walk to the corner of the intersection. The last time we see them is when they're crossing State Route 9 at 204th, and we never see the crash. Then police, fire, and an ambulance arrive within minutes.
I'm so scared. My employee is super scared. And he keep calling me.
As of now, police say the victims were a man and woman, both 39 and living in Arlington.
I give strong prayers. I'm a little shaky right now.
Boy, just an incredible story, Eric. Certainly we are being kept a safe distance away, but what an amazing survival story. In fact, the family tells me, had it not been for an alert neighbor, they really don't know if they would have survived this.
The pictures from Air 4 show the path, a torrent of water that carved through the hillside, brought down boulders and trees, and knocked John and Barbara Surtees' house right off its foundation while she was asleep in bed. It was around 4 a.m.
I heard a big boom, which to me, I mean, I've never been in an earthquake, but it would be like that. And I was airborne out of the bed.
She was tossed like a rag doll across the room as shards of glass rained down from the lights above.
But I flew out of the bed, and the dresser, the bed, everything, I guess the house collapsed is what it was, and it went like that.
John was in his truck when the wall of water hit their house. A neighbor called to warn him what looked like a raging river was pouring down his driveway. He was out looking for the source when his cell rang.
One of our neighbors called me and said, "John, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's going on?" He said, "Your house just fell down."
It was dark, yet he could see it was a shell of itself.
And the stairs were gone. Coming down, the front porch was gone. Everything was gone in the front of the house. And everything, our whole life is in the house, in the driveway, in the garage, and now it's all gone. Everything's gone. We're still trying to figure out where to go.
But Barbara and their puppy were trapped inside. John raced in.
There was glass everywhere, and then we're on the top floor, and then we can't get down because there wasn't any staircase.
He broke rungs off the hallway railing to get to her. Bellevue police arrived and did the rest, carrying Barbara and their Poochie out. The couple thinks a water main break from property above may be the culprit that took so much more than their home of 30 years where they raised 4 kids.
It's the memories.
Everything's in it, and they won't let us back in.
Hi, everyone. I'm Preston Phillips from KOMO News. Thanks for checking out the KOMO YouTube channel. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for more news from the Seattle area and Western Washington. Oh, and don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss our YouTube updates.